like a Hellcat.
Hi guys, so welcome back again sa ating YouTube channel. So ito na yung pangatlong video para sa ating group homomorphisms. So lesson 8.3, so we have the monomorphism, epimorphism, and the isomorphism. So ito yung type ng homomorphism. So special type sila. So paano mo na-discover? Since ang function, we can determine function as a one-to-one, onto, or a bijective, or a one-to-one correspondent function. So, in layman's term, tawag natin something injective, surjective, and bijective. Okay, so dito may tawag din doon. So, since function sila, since si P is a function, mapping from G to G prime, okay, so aware tayo na, okay, pwede siya maging one-to-one, pwede maging onto, or pwedeng maging bijective. If both there are one-to-one and onto. Okay, so let's have a definition. No? Let P be a mapping from G going to G prime, be a group homomorphism. So again, define na yung pagiging homomorphism siya. No? So if P is a one-to-one or injective, then P is a monomorphism. So again, kung ikaw ay one-to-one or injective, so ikaw ay monomorphism. Next, if P is onto or surjective, then P is called an epimorphism. So again, epimorphism. So next is, if P is both one-to-one and onto or bijective, so over tayo doon, no? If both one-to-one and onto or bijective, alam tayo dyan, then P is called an isomorphism. So again, ang tawag lang sa one-to-one dito is monomorphism. Pag siya ay onto or surjective, siya ay epimorphism. Pag siya ay bijective, automatic isomorphism. Okay, then lastly, number 4, if G is equal to G prime, so meaning nagkaroon ng homomorphism sa sarili niya. So if G is equal to G prime, homomorphism is called an endomorphism. So again, kung G is equal to G prime, ang homomorphism is called an endomorphism. So ano yung example nito? I guess yung ating ito. So kung napansin mo, ito ay a homomorphism. So a homomorphism siya. So since G is equal to G prime, therefore ito ay endomorphism. So ayun ang tawag sa kanya. So since G is equal to G prime, tapos alam natin na siya ay homomorphism, siya ay endomorphism. Okay, so clear tayo. So endomorphism to be specific. So while an isomorphism becomes an automorphism. So kung ikaw naman na isomorphism, so kunya na-prove natin na siya ay isomorphism, therefore siya ay automorphism. So wag kayong malilito sa mga term natin dyan. So again, paalala ko lang paano maging one-to-one or paano yung magiging show goal ng proof natin dito. So per homo, so we have P of A asterisk B is just equal sa P of A sharp P of B. Okay, next is for monomorphism. So monomorphism, so for every A element of G, we have P of A is equal to P of B, implies A is equal to B. So para masabi natin monomorphism, for every A and B element of G, dapat mapakita mo na yung P of A is equal to, pag yung P of A is equal to P of B, dapat mapakita mo na si A is equal to B. Or yung kanyang tawag dito, yung kanyang inegate mo siya as in, yung kanyang cross, kalimutan ko yung term, yung contrapositive. So yung C+, niya is, if A is not equal to B, then, if A, again pwede mo kang gamitin isang proving na ganito eh. So if A is not equal to B, then P of A is not also equal to P of B. So yan yung kanyang contrapositive. So lastly, ano yung ating panghuli, yung sa epimorphism, kasi obvious naman na anong gagawin pag so epimorphism. So sa epimorphism, so for every B element ng G prime, so there exists A element ng G, okay, such that si P of A, so P of A is just equal to B. Okay, so pag nangyari yan, that is an epimorphism. So dapat i-recall mo na lang din kung paano natin ginagawa sa surjective natin. Okay, so tandaan yung mga term na yan. So monomorphism, epimorphism, then isomorphism. So nagiging si homomorphism nagiging endomorphism pag G is equal to G prime. Si isomorphism nagiging automorphism pag si G is equal to G prime. Provided na siya ay isomorphism dapat, ha. Okay, so proceed tayo sa example. So actually, inulit ko lang din yung example kasi ang hirap maghanap na example nito. So baka kasi maubusan ako ng tanong sa problem set saka sa midterm exam nyo. So talagang sinet ko na ganito na lang. Okay, so ayusin ko lang yung aking magagawa. Okay, so again, let n be a positive integers and let g be equal to z comma plus. Then g prime is equal to c sub n comma plus. So define the mapping g is equal to g prime by p of a is equal to r where a is equal to q n plus r. Then 0 is less than or equal to r less than n. Then show that p is a homomorphism. So ayun, hindi ko na ano ko no. So ipakita natin na siya ay epimorphism. So tingnan natin ko siya ay epimorphism, na monomorphism, epimorphism or isomorphism. So sorry hindi ko na napakita yung buong. So na copy paste ko lang talaga siya kasi wala talaga ako example kaya talaga nag-rely na lang ako dito sa example na to. Okay, so una, test for homomorphism. So test for homo. So pag wala nakalagay na show, kunyari ang tanong lang is something na magiging tanong. Kunyari, per each of the following, so for example lang tandaan niyo na yung magiging ano. So per each of the following, verify that the given mapping is a homomorphism and determine if it is a monomorphism, an epimorphism, or an isomorphism, or none of this. Okay, so kung ganun yung tanong, ang lalagay mo test for homo, test for mono, test for epi. So pag ganun mga scenario. So ito hindi yan show. So kunyari test for homo tayo. So although na-compute na natin to. So test for homo. So test for homo. So for all A and B element ng ating G prime such that si A is equal to Q sub 1 N plus R sub 1 and si B is equal to Q sub 2 N plus R sub 2. So we all know that P of A asterisk B is just equal sa P of Q N plus R sub 1 plus Q sub 2 N plus R sub 2, or simply this is just equal sa P of Q sub 1 plus Q sub 2 N plus R1 plus R2, in which this is just equal sa R sub 1 plus modulo N R sub 2, which is equal sa P of A addition modulo N of P of B. Okay, so P is a homomorphism. Okay, so no need to write yung done symbol. Next is test for monomorphism, no? So paano natin test for monomorphism? So test for mono, no? So for all A and B element of G, so consider natin si P of A is equal to P of B. So since dinefine ko naman na sila, no? So note na yung P of A is equal to R1 and P of B is equal to R2, which is not always equal. Why? Ano bang ibig sabihin ni Sir Jan? So for example, lagi ba equal to? Pag yung P of A is equal to P of B, so meaning equal sila ng remainder, pero mag-equal ba sila sa A? So again, ulit ko, burahin ko to. Yes, this is just equal sa R1 is equal to R2. But hindi lahat ng A and B, so hindi sa lahat ng oras yung A and B are equal. Bakit? Kasi may possibility, for example lang dito, kunyari kinuha ko kunyari sa C sub 6 lang tayo, kunyari C sub 6. Kunyari C sub 6 lang yung pinag-uusapan na, balik tayo sa C sub 6. Ibababa ko yung C sub 6 natin dito. Okay, so assuming C sub 6 yung pinag-uusapan kasi similar lang naman din sila. Okay, so ang pino-point out ko lang dito is hindi sa lahat ng oras equal sa A and B. Why? For example, kinuha ko, kunyari ang remainder na nakuha ko is 3. Nari 3 na yan, ha. So, assuming ang remainder na nakuha ko is 3 sa C sub 6. C sub 6, 3. So, yung remainder 3 na yun, sino yung mga nagmap kay remainder 3? Sir, possible na nagmap kay remainder 3 ay si 3, tapos si negative 3. Tama? So, assuming nga, so lagay ko lang dito, in C sub 6. Okay, if A is equal to 3, and B is equal to negative 3, we all know that P of 3 is equal sa P of negative 3. Okay, but 3 is not equal to negative 3. So, therefore, ano man sabi mo? Hindi sa lahat ng oras, ikaw ay mono. So, meaning this is not mono. So, P is not monomorphism. Monomorphism. Okay, so for counter example. So, tama naman yung pinopoint out ni Sir Jan. So, next is, what if sa test for epimorphism? So, test for epi. Okay, so sa test for epimorphism, so for every A, so for every B na, no? So for every B element ng G prime, there exists a element ng G such that yung P of A is equal to B. Okay, so I think mali yung aking definition dyan. Wag B. So wag B, actually dapat R. No? So dapat R. No? So that is equal to R. Okay, so ito naman yung tanong dito ay pino-point out sa pagiging epimorphism. So, ano ba ang highlight ng ating onto? So sa onto, para maging onto siya, dapat lahat sa kanya may nagmap. Ah, yes, tama, no? So again, para maging onto siya, dapat lahat sa kanya may magmap. Okay, so assuming ulit si C sub 6. So kasi since C sub n lang naman example, tapos C sub 6 dito. So again, for n is equal to 6. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, aware tayo na lahat may nagmap dito. So again aware tayo na lahat sa C sub 6 may nagmap. So ano pa sa C sub n? Yes, may magmap pa doon. Kaya C sub 10, C sub 24, C sub 50, laging may magmamap. So without showing na kung nag-compute tayo or what, alam natin na laging may nagmamap. So ibig sabihin, ano man sabi nyo? So P is a epimorphism, or P is an epimorphism. Epimorphism. Okay? So therefore, ano lang siya? So ano masabi sa kanya? Si P natin is an epimorphism. So again nari ganyan. So possible akong maging epimorphism. So katulad sa function, pwede akong maging onto na hindi 1 to 1. Pwede akong mag 1 to 1 na hindi onto. Or pwede akong maging both. Okay, so dito, pwede akong maging epimorphism na hindi monomorphism. Pwede akong maging monomorphism na hindi epimorphism. Tapos, fix na dito yung point na ako ay homo. Okay, so again, paano pag hindi ako homo? Syempre, hindi ka monomorphism, hindi ka epimorphism. Kasi hindi sinasatisfy. Okay, so again, pag hindi ka homo, di ka na magtetest sa dalawa. Pero pag homo ka, test mo pa yung dalawa. Kung siya ay mono or epimorphism. So again, siya ay just only an epimorphism. So hindi siya monomorphism. So tandaan, yan yung ating magiging sagot. So may mga tanong talaga na kailangan mo lang ng illustration or something na drawing, tapos ikaw na bahala doon. So pakita mo na yung drawing, actually okay na sa akin yun, something illustration, then okay na. So magkakaintindi na, yes, payag ka naman na ganoon siya. Okay, so now, ito, kung lagyan tayo ng konting computation, so I think dito papasok yung computation natin. Okay, so let n be a positive integer and let g be equal to g prime is equal to r asterisk, comma, multiplication defined by p is equal to g prime by p of x is equal to x raised to n. So again, di ko ulit yan so wala yung show na yan, paki-delete na lang din. So, iyan na natin na siya ay homo. So alam natin, homomorphism to, so tutuloy-tuloy tayo sa pagiging monomorphism, tapos sa kanyang epimorphism. So test for homo. Although tapos na tayo dito, so for let A and B element of G or ng R asterisk. So nakalimutan ko lagay ng Z kanina doon. R asterisk. So yun, nakalimutan ko pakipalitan din to. Gawin yung ito ay integers. Ito ay gawin yung integers. Ito ay gawin yung C sub n, ito ay gawin yung integers. Okay, kasi ganun tayo mag-set eh. So, kasi kung G lang, mahirap na. So, set lang naman yung pinag-uusapan dito sa pag-prove. So, let's have the test for homomorphism. So, obvious naman, no? So, consider natin si P of A multiplied by B. This is just equal sa A multiplied by B raised to N, or simply this is A raised to N multiplied by B raised to N, or simply this is just P of A multiplied by P of B. So, P is A. So, siya ay homomorphism, pero since G is equal to G prime, ano tawag natin doon? Since G is equal to G prime, nasa na yung tawag ko doon? That is a endomorphism. So, P is an endomorphism. To be specific, kasi since G is equal to G prime. Okay, so next is test for, so red ko. Test for mono. Okay, so for all A and B element ng R asterisk. Okay, so consider natin si P of A, B equal kay P of B. Okay, so ano ba yung P of A? P of A is just equal sa A raised to N, and B is just equal sa B raised to N. Okay, so pag kinuha mo yung nth root both side, that is simply A is equal to B. So, P is a monomorphism. So, again, ano ginawa na sir? Kinuha ko yung nth root. On raise ko sa 1 over n. So, cancel siya. So, obviously, siya ay a monomorphism. So, check natin ko siya ay epimorphism. So, test for epimorphism. So, for all A, so, for all B element ng R asterisk, there exists a element daw ni R asterisk such that yung P of A is equal to B. So, check natin. No? So, P of A is equal to B. So, consider natin si P of A is equal to B. Si P of A, we all know that this is A raised to N is equal to B. So, naghahanap tayo ng A kasi ganun yung goal. So, we all know that A is just equal sa nth root of B. Ngayon, ito yung magiging tanong. Yung nth root of B ba ay laging element ni R asterisk? Yan, yung nth root of B ba ay laging element ng R asterisk? Sorry. Yung nth root of B ba ay element ng R asterisk? So, bagay R asterisk lang naman. So, kasi A siya, A is equal to dito. So, again, saan galing yung B? Galing yung B sa R asterisk. Ngayon, kunin ko yung nth root. So, yung B, pwede siya maging positive, pwede siya maging negative. Okay? And we all know na pag negative, this is undefined or imaginary. Okay? This is, kumbaga, yes, okay tayo dito. Possible siya dyan. Pero pagdating sa negative, that's imaginary kasi nth root of negative is always an imaginary. So, actually, hindi siya lagi imaginary kasi, for example, p root of negative 1, p root of negative 7. So, hindi ko na siya consider as imaginary kasi imaginary is pasok lang sa square root. So, hindi laging imaginary rather. So, not always imaginary. So, meaning, since hindi siya defined doon, so we can say that A is not always element ng R asterisk. Okay? Or B element ng R negative. So, P is not an epimorphism. Epimorphism. Okay? So, therefore, conclusion, P is only monomorphism. Ay, naku, kanta pa. Okay, so ganun yung conclusion. So, dito conclusion, ito na, pwede ko na i-conclude dito eh. So, epimorphism. So, kung mono siya, alam mo na siya ay isomorphism. So, wala naman tayo special tawag pag monomorphism siya na G is equal to G prime. Okay, so lastly, we have let P be equal to S sub n going to C sub 2 mapping defined by P of A is equal to 0 if alpha is even and 1 if alpha is odd. So, yun yung copy paste ko lang talaga. Obvious, di ba? So, show natin na siya ay homo naman na siya. So, all natin na homo siya. So, refer to the example na lang. So, test for mono. Test for homo. So, refer to example number 1. To example number 3. Okay, so I don't know kung anong number ng video yun. So, we all know, so P is a homomorphism. So, hindi ako tinamad talagang gusto ko nang i-skip to. Okay, so check natin ko siya ay monomorphism. So, monomorphism ba siya? So, test for mono. Okay, so for all A and B element ng S sub n or alpha beta. So we have P of alpha, so gawin natin alpha beta yan, is equal to P of beta. So ang goal ba, lagi ba tong implies na si alpha is equal to beta? So ano ba yung P of alpha? P of alpha, it's either siya ay 0 or 1. Si P of beta is either 0 or 1 siya. So, consider this example. So, per instance or example. So, per counter example to. So, for example, we have, wala ko na example For example, ang alpha natin, so, let alpha be equal to this. So, this is 1, 2, 3. Tapos si beta is equal to 4, 5, 6. These are all element of S sub 6. Okay? So, we all know that yung P of alpha, so pag sa transposition, yung P of alpha natin dito, we all know that P of alpha is just equal sa 0. Tama, no? Kasi P of alpha is just equal to 0. Why, sir? Kasi siya ay, pag ginawa kong transposition to, this is just equal sa 1, 2, 1, 3. Ito naman, 4, 5, 4, 6. So, alam natin na siya ay 0. And yung ating P of beta is just equal sa 0 din. Kasi nga siya ay even. So, note na napansin mo na equal yung P of alpha sa P of beta. Equal sila. So, tama yon. P of alpha is equal to P of beta. So, parehas silang even, alam ko. Pero, yung alpha is not equal to beta. But, yung 1, 2, 3, which is ito si alpha, is not equal kay 4, 5, 6. Okay? So, meaning, so, P is not a monomorphism. Monomorphism. Okay, so clear sana tayo dyan sa idea na yan. Kasi kailangan din talaga lagi dito is parang counter example. Okay, so next is something na lagi ba siyang epi? So ito actually parang obvious, no? Test for epi. So for all, no, so ano ba yung lalabas dito? So for all B, so for all B element ng C sub 2, so yung B na yan can be 0 or 1. Okay, there exists alpha element ng S sub n such that yung P of alpha is just equal to B, which is that 0 or 1. Okay, so ngayon, obvious naman na kung ito yung S sub n natin, ito yung C sub 2 natin, this is 0, 1. Obvious naman na maraming nagmap kay 0 and 1. Nagamit lahat ng codomain. Nagamit lahat ng element ng codomain natin. So, meaning, this is just, so, obvious na. So, P is an epimorphism. Obvious na epimorphism siya. Epimorphism. So, nakakalito yung spelling. Okay, so, box ko na to. So, hindi siya mono, pero siya ay epimorphism. So, yun, wala pa tayong example ng isomorphism. So naghahanap ako example ng isomorphism. So check ko lang ha. Wala akong makita. So try ko na lang din magbigay ng example sa mga susunod din. Okay, so that's all. So again, pag siya ay naging mono tapos epimorphism, automatic siya ay isomorphism. So that's all for this video. Hoping na nagets mo yung idea. Tapos napansin mo naman, minsan less solving siya, minsan kailangan mo lang ng illustration or solving tama na kailangan mo lang ng illustration or something explanation, obvious na papayag na ako doon. Okay, so pasok pa rin na idea ni Onto sa kani one-to-one function dito. So that's all for this video. Hoping na may naintindihan at natutunan ka.